A board resignation letter notifies a board of an individual's intent to resign or step down. It's usually addressed to the board chairperson, and it's written in a professional, gracious, and optimistic manner. In this video, we'll discuss the best practices when writing board resignation letters, as well as where to get a free official template. Similar to a typical employment resignation, the board resignation letter is a professional courtesy that informs the board of a person's intent to resign ahead of time. Though often optional, it's important to recognize why a board member should always send a resignation letter. A formal letter documents all details of the departure as to avoid any confusion. A notice ahead of time gives the board time to adjust and source a new member. An announcement will preserve the board member's professional reputation. Cutting ties in an amicable way allows the board member to list the experience in his or her resume, or CV if any future employers were to reach out. And leaving professionally allows the board member to keep the organization's door open if he or she wishes to return in the future. A board member's reason for leaving is often understood by other members of the board and its directors. Sending a letter is a simple act that eases the resignation process and maintains courteous relationships. Moving forward, let's discuss best practices when resigning from a board. Resigning can be a daunting process. However, when done right, the transition can go over smoothly. Bear in mind, too, request an in-person meeting with the chairperson or all board members to announce an intent to resign. Follow the in-person meeting with a formal resignation letter addressed to the chairperson or all board members. Offer assistance with the transition, for instance, in the form of getting a new board member up to speed. Address any question the board has regarding the resignation, and provide polite feedback about the board and how it operates. These practices will ensure that the resignation is conducted in a business-like fashion. Lastly, the board resignation letter isn't much different from all professional letters in formatting and content. Before we look at the specifics, let's review some general formatting of professional letters. Use a professional font and font size. Between 10 and 12 point font is acceptable, along with a font such as Times New Roman. Make use of block formatting, which aligns text to the left and is single-spaced, and leave a double-spaced separation between paragraphs. Now, let's go over what to include in a board resignation letter. A header with the sender and recipient's contact information and date when the letter is being sent. A formal greeting. An introduction that begins with the announcement of resignation and the exact date if not immediately. A body containing the logic for resigning and any other related information. A conclusion that expresses thanks and optimism for the board's future endeavors. And a professional complimentary closing such as sincerely or best wishes. You may decide to deliver the letter by email. If so, feel free to exclude the contact details in the header. Providing a board with a resignation notice is always good business practice for everyone involved. It's also a simple gesture that preserves the board member's professional ties and reputation. We're eForms, the largest database of legal documents. Access your free board resignation letter templates at the link below.